Hello there, welcome back to Prof. Neil. We Indians celebrated our Independence Day anniversary, the 75th anniversary on 15th August. It's definitely a time of cheer, and Prof. Neil did a tribute to independent India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Nehru, last week. It is but apt that we do a tribute to whom he regards as his master, leader of the masses, and the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. But not Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, but why Mahatma Gandhi? Lot more than just the father of the nation. Now, Mahatma Gandhi, his simple habits and his practices then are now trending, and they're buzzwords, the trends and buzzwords all across the world. What were those is my attempt to narrate today. In those days, he would clean the water closet that he used and the bathroom that he used, or by himself. He did not believe in untouchability. He would go and stay in a Dalit colony. Eco-friendly, then in those days. Today we say go green. When you get an email, there's always that note. If you please save a forest, don't print this mail. What would he do? He started, whenever he received a letter, he would read it. He would then slit the paper. If it's an envelope or the paper, he would fold the paper again in such a way that he could reply on it again and send it back to the sender using his pencil till it became an apology of a pencil. I mean, till it became a stub. There was barely the lead visible. He would use it till the time it could be used. That's being eco-friendly. He was a visionary. In the 30s and the 40s, he visualized, or he thought of the role of the customer in the service industry that would emerge as one of the most important industries 5 decades later, almost. He thought of the customer as the king of the business. And if you go to any nationalized bank, you see that little board on top of the board on the wall. In all probability, it would not have been cleaned, but then dusted or cleaned. But there is definitely that board there, which says the customer is the most important person on our premises. He is not an interruption on our work. He is a reason for it. That's the 2 lines that I remember out of that 4 or 5 lines. But those are the most important lines for customer, the importance of the customer. He foresaw the customer's role, the importance of the customer then. Go local is a trend today. It's a buzzword. It's a fashion trend. He thought of it long back. That's how he switched to khadi. He made khadi from the spinning wheel. And that not only became a fashion statement, it became something go local. That is, you don't buy anything foreign. You become self-reliant, Atmanirbhar. It started then with Mahatma Gandhi. And also provided a livelihood to lakhs of people in the villages and towns. And today, khadi is a fashion statement. Time management, the crores of money that companies spend on their executives and on their managers. They call coaches for how to help them manage time. This man was a master of managing time. He had a small clock which used to tie around his waist on a thread. And no matter what happened, he used to stick to that discipline of time, punctuality. Be it the viceroy or be it anybody for that matter, he would cut short that meeting and go off elsewhere where he had given his time. He would never like to be late even for his prayer meetings. People wouldn't object, but then he would never like to be late for his prayer meetings. And the day he was assassinated was also the day that he was late for his prayer meeting. A day of silence once a week. He would be silent once in a week. He would totally be silent. He would not speak anything. anybody who came to meet him and had a meeting with him to discuss, clarify, he would reply using a slate board and a chalk piece. Eco-friendly again, no paper. It is very, very effective today. It is very, very essential for us to maintain a day of silence every week with the cacophony that we are into on mobile phones and the television and the noise pollution that we are in and the kind of meetings that we are in. It is very, very important that we do that one day of silence per week. He used to use the mud packs then. Today, the rich and the elite pay humongous amounts of money to naturopaths for the same thing that he used to do then in those days. His integration of all faiths, communities, and religions as one flock during prayer meetings was something unique. I don't think any of the leader across the world could do that, has done that. He used to read verses, select verses from all the holy books, and that's how he got that in that famous bhajan, Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. He tweaked it to make it Ishwara Allah Tero Naam, Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan. That thought would itself integrate us with the minority, the majority of the minority. Integrative. But he left those words behind, but we lost the message. A man of his word. During partition or before partition, there was a word of agreement that we would, as India, would retain 80% of the resources and Pakistan would get 20% because given the size, etc., everything. So we had to give Pakistan some 50 plus crore rupees. Even Patel and Nehru, they refused to give that money. His two closest lieutenants, his left eye and his right eye, his pair of eyes, as he always used to say, he went into a fast to death. If India did not give that money, because that was a word of honor, that was a word that we had to maintain, and we did give the money. And that's how, it was the reason that a fellow countryman thought he was partial to Pakistan and partial to the minority, hence he was assassinated by his own fellow countrymen. Fasting, that brings me to the story of fasting. He would fast, and nowadays doctors advise us to fast once a week. And he maintained his health because of his fasting. So accept the message of Mahatma Gandhi to live through the turns of your life happily. Thank you. Bye-bye.